So this is a pretty challenging derivative because there's actually a function inside a function inside a function. The x squared is the most inner function. Then the natural log of x squared is the next inside function because that's in the denominator of the 1 over. So there's a couple different ways you could go about finding this derivative. It is a fraction, so you could use the quotient rule. However, when I have 1 over something, I usually like to just first rewrite it as the denominator to the power of -1, and then just use the chain rule with that. But you could use the quotient rule, and our first step should be the same either way. So I'm going to apply the chain rule. My outermost function is that -1, so I'm going to bring that down out front. So we have f prime is, write it over here, f prime is the negative, that's that -1. Let's rewrite that here. Oh, right there. That's that -1. Times, now when I say the inside function, I mean everything that is being raised to the -1 power, which is natural log of x squared, all to the power of -2, because we decrease that exponent by 1. And then we do times the derivative of that whole inside function, natural log of x squared, which I'll figure out in my next step. So I'm going to come over here, make some more room. I would not try to rewrite that at all. I would just honestly leave it as is. Really, there's not much you can do with it anyways. Okay, so now finding this derivative, we have another chain rule because x squared is inside the natural log. So the derivative of the natural log is 1 over the inside function. So it's 1 over the x squared times the derivative of x squared, or 2x. And that's the full derivative, and then I'd probably clean it up just a little bit. This 2x and that x squared, of those, one of those x's cancels. And so we have a 2 in the numerator, and that negative I'll go ahead and put up here in the numerator with the 2. In the denominator, I'm going to start with that x, and I'm going to go ahead and put this whole factor there in the denominator and make that exponent positive. So it becomes natural log of x squared all squared. That's probably how I would write my final answer, although this is acceptable also.